Ever felt like everything was going right? You were connecting, you were laughing and all these things, but out of the blue, they stop talking to you. And you begin to wonder, did I do or say something wrong? What if I was to tell you, you might not be the problem, but they could be going through, or you could be dealing with someone who has an avoidant attachment style. So now, what is avoidant attachment? First of all, if you want to understand how it all begins, there are people who, when they were still young, they were rejected, to the point where they never felt like people would want to connect with them. To the point where, in order for them to connect, they had to fear being judged or being rejected. And as a result, they ended up growing some sort of an independence where they can be happy alone, where they want to stay alone. And that leads to them, whenever somebody wants to connect, wants to get closer, they're about to gel well, that fear of rejection, that fear of abandonment begins to seep into their heart again. Hence, they begin to pull back before they attach. So now, why he pulls away when things get close? The moment you get close, it could be intimate or emotionally. To them, it starts not to feel right. Remember, they start to worry a lot. No, this is moving on too fast. Am I gonna get trapped? Am I gonna lose my mind? What if this person is to leave me? And as a result, not that they don't want to be closer to you. On your side, you might feel like, yes, this symbolizes that we are connecting, we are gelling, while to them it feels like, no, this is danger. I must get out of here before it is too late. I don't want anything wrong. It's like that connection does not feel right to them. Hence, it has nothing to do with you but to do with them. And as a result, their natural reaction, they begin to pull back. So now let us talk about what you see versus what that person feels. On your side, you might feel rejected. You feel like, somebody does not love me. While on their side, they are in a conflict where inside they are beginning to wonder what is going on. They start to feel trapped. They start to feel like, oh, maybe we are moving on too fast. And as a result, naturally and automatically, they have a reaction where they start to stop texting. They avoid or they just cancel dates out of the blue. Or for that matter, they start to talk to you less as a way of protecting their heart. And on your side, like I said, you will begin to feel rejected. Are you not enough? Is this person seeing somebody else or what? While on their own, they are fighting their own issues. When things are like this, here are the things that you should avoid. Because yes, naturally, the more somebody acts distant, you begin to chase them more, right? You begin to want more closure, you begin to want answers and all these things. But instead, that is not the way to go. What you should do instead is to sit back, pause a bit. Because to them, the more you bombard them with text, you chase them more, it's like you are overwhelming them with pressure, and whatever they are fearing, it becomes more of a reality. Hence, that's the more they're gonna run away. So what you should do instead is to pause, look, observe, and let them deal with what they are going through. Of course, you should not force closeness, right? What you're supposed to do instead is to understand what you're dealing with. Instead, what you need is understanding and clarity. Where you sit down with them or where you understand them from a distance and you go according to their pace. Because what happens is you can recommend maybe therapy, like counselings, just to hear them out. Normally what you're supposed to do is to understand the pace they are moving and you move together with them in that pace. Because at the end of the day, actually, you deserve something better. You don't deserve to be chasing and forcing love. So avoidant people, the people who normally get to gel well with them, are busy people. Hence, in that time, you can also be focusing on yourself. When you are dealing with an avoidant person, what usually and normally happens is it is easier to have a relationship with them if you yourself also you are a busy person. So during that time where maybe you be like, if you are available, you let me know. That is when you focus on your things. And if during that time maybe they were busy dealing with their own issues, it's like they will go through that problem with the space they need without you ever feeling like you're missing something. And when they are ready, they reach out. That is why at the end of the day, you might take it like it's a hot and cold behavior. Yes, it is, but not due to the reasons you might be thinking, but due to the reasons where they are dealing with their own things. So that distance will result in them going through what you're going through. Yes, you're busy with yourself. You don't force to call them when they don't pick up and they don't get back to you. But by the time where they start to feel lonely and they need closeness, it becomes easy because you never overwhelmed them with pressure. And guess whom they're gonna think of next? You, right? Are you available? Then when they've gotten that attention, you give them that space, you observe them. If that person starts to distance, you don't even try to bother asking unless they open up on their own. And remember, if the person is to pull back when you get close, it is not love which they are running away from, but it is fear. So there is healing at the end of the day. And of course, I have more videos like this, and I'll be making more videos like this so that you can learn how to deal with avoidant people. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care.